the participants. We're going to start today's session. I hope all the participants are able to hear me. Thank you all the participants. So let me log into system. Just trying to log into system. So once we log into system, so what are we going to see in today's session? In today's session, I would like to show participants on how we can work on data services with regards to transformations available using SQL transform. So please see here. So the scenario is, so what is the scenario? So let me log into data services, click start, click all programs, click SAP HANA, click on HANA Studio. And let us click OK. So I'm logging into HANA Studio. So once I log into the HANA Studio, let us right click on system, click log on, enter the password W capital welcome 123 and click OK. Now we log into system. Click start, all programs, click on data services 4.2 and click on data services workbench. So once we click on data services workbench, the username is best and the password is W capital welcome 123 and click log on. So once we log in, so here we can see, the project. So double click on SAP HANA data store. So what is a data store? A data store is nothing but a connection. Let us click on test. Connection test succeeded. Click close. And double click on SAP. Click test connection. Even this connection is test. Test is successful. Now, let me expand jetcopa_project009. Let me copy this data store. Click copy. So you can copy data store from one project to another project. So here you have a data store. So let me copy to this project. Right click on the project, click paste. So here you have a data store, HANA, SAP, and MS SQL. Now, I would right click on project, click new, click on data flow. Let us give a name for the data flow, df underscore 006. Provide the description and click finish. So once I click finish, now here you can see there are different transforms. You can see there are different transforms. So is my voice breaking, all the participants? Because just I got a message my voice is breaking. Is everything okay, all the participants, or still my voice is breaking? All the participants, is my voice okay? I think it's okay. Okay, I think it's a problem on the participant side. Okay, so here you can see there is a table reader, file reader, table loader, template table, file loader, template file. Now my scenario over here is, so what is the scenario that I would like to execute for participants? So my scenario over here is, so this is the scenario. So here we have data services. So here we have data services. And in here, so this is on the SAP system. And here you have, so here we have the target system. Now, what I would like to do over here, you have a table on SAP. This table, I would like to import to data services. And then you also have a table on SAP HANA. You also would like to import the table to SAP data services. So the table from SAP and table from SAP HANA S4HANA, you'd like to map. So what you would like to do, you'd like to map both these tables. But here you are not using the template table. Normally, when you want to create a table in SAP HANA, what is that we are using most of the times? We are using template table. What is a template table? A template table is a table that is created in runtime. But what I'm going to do, so this table that we have over here, the template, so instead of using a template table, I use a physical table. So we are going to use a physical table. So what do you mean by using a physical table? It means that we are going to use table loader. We're going to use table loader. So what is a table loader? A table loader is nothing but you can load data into a table. And this is called as table reader. Table reader is nothing but to read data from a table. So here you can read data from a table using a table reader. And here we are using table loader. Now please see participants. Click on data services. Here you can see this is called table reader, reading data from a table. And this one is known as table loader, loading data to a table. So all the participants, is it okay? Is there any problem in my voice? Is it not usual? like how we take class on daily session. It's something different. Because frequently I'm getting messages, participants not able to hear me. That is the reason I'm asking the participants. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, click on tables. Let me remove both these tables. I just want to delete these tables. And here I click on the second icon and enter the table name. So I'll start entering the table name. So let's enter the table name TSPA and click finish. So once we click finish, click save. Once I click save, expand SAP, expand tables. So here you see a table called TSPA. Let us click on data flow. Drag and drop the TSPA. So instead of drag and drop, what I'll do is, let me drag and drop the table reader onto work area. Click data store. Select SAP. Click OK. Click on table. Select the table and click OK. And finally click OK. So here you have a table where you can read data from the table. Now the next thing is, so here you have a table reader to read data from a table. Now let us import the same table from SAP HANA. Now let us go to HANA Studio. And let us expand the catalog. Once we expand the catalog, let us go to the best schema. Expand the best schema. Right click on tables. Click on filter. Enter the table name TSPA. Click OK. So is the screen, I think, fine. Okay, so expand the tables. Now let me search. So here you have the table TSPA. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to import this table from SAP HANA to data services. So what I'll do, I'll go back to data services. I'll double click on SAP HANA. I'll click on tables. Let me click on tables and click on import object by name. So once you click on import object by name, enter the table name TSPA. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to enter the table TSPA and click finish. So once you click finish, so here you have the table imported. From SAP HANA, we imported to data services and click save. Now let us go back to data flow. Now, what are we trying to do here? Now here you see there is something called table loader. Now what do you mean by a table loader? Table loader is nothing but to read data from a table. You want to read data from a table, we use table loader. So let me drag and drop the table loader. Click on data store. Now what data store we should use here? We should use the target data store, that is HANA. And click OK. So here you have a table. Click on this table So what table? TSPA. Click OK and click OK. Now this is nothing but you're reading data from a table. That's why it is known as table reader. And then this is nothing but you're loading data to a table. And that's why it is known as table loader. To load data to a table is known as table loader. To read data from a table is known as table reader. Now please see, participants. If I go to the HANA Studio, now the basic difference I'm trying to show you is I click on the table, open data preview. So do we have data inside the table? So do we have data? So there's no data inside the table. So let me go back. Let me drag and drop the query transform. Link table to query transform. Link query to target table. Select the query transform. Open the query transform. Now let us do the mapping part. What I'm going to, I'll just try to map now. MANDT, drag and drop MANDT. SPRT, drag and drop on SPRT. Click on validate. Once I click validate, validation successful. Click close and finally click execute. So once I click execute, click yes and click finish. Once I click finish, so we are using, to read data from a table, we are using table reader. To load data to a table, we are using table loader. The job is running. It's going to execute now. I think it got failed. Then the job is failed. So what we need to do now, I'll go back. Let us double click on SAP HANA. Let us right click on the table, delete the table, click import object by name, TSPA, from which schema, from a schema called BEST. So we need to specify this and click finish. Now once you see here, now this time it's from BEST schema. Click save. Let me go back to data flow. Once we go back to the data flow, let me change the table. Let me change the target table. Let us right click on the table, delete the table. Let us drag and drop the table loader again. Click on data store. Select HANA. Click OK. Click on table. Select TSPA. Click OK and click OK. And once this is done, link query to TSPA. and then click validate. Validation successful. Click close, and finally click execute. Click yes, and click finish. So once you click finish, once you click execute, job is running. Job is success. Let us go back to HANA Studio. Right click on the table, open data preview, and data is transferred. So what I'm trying to show you is, in order to create a table, one is using table loader. What is the purpose of table loader? The purpose of table loader, it's a physical table. You can load data to the table. But when you're using template table, it creates a table and loads data. In this case, table is already existing, but we're only loading data to the table. So let us go back. Let us go to the data flow. So once we go to the data flow, so here you can see there are different ways now. You see, you can read data from file. So basically, we can read data from files. You can read data from table, from SAP. You can read data from non-SAP. You can also read data from programs. You can also read data from code. So you're reading data from a table. You're reading data from a file. SAP tables. Also, you can read data from a code. How can you read data from a code? Using SQL transform. So please see. I'll go back. I'll right click on the project, click new, click on data flow. Let us give SQL df, provide the description, and click finish. So once we click finish, let us drag and drop. SQL transform. So once we drag and drop this SQL transform, so what is the use of an SQL transform? The use of an SQL transform is to read from an SQL statements. From which SQL statements you would like to read? Please see. I'll go back to SAP HANA. I close the catalog, go to the content, go to any package, SAP, go to HBA, ECC. Let's go to expand calculation views. Go to a calculation view company code. Right click on the company code. Click data preview. Once I click data preview, I click on raw data. Once I click on raw data, So here you can see, click on show log, double click on generated SQL. Once we click on generated SQL, so this is the code, this is the generated code. Now what I can do, I can copy this code from the calculation view output. I'll go back to data services workbench. I'll click on the SQL transform. So from where you would like to read the code from, so which table you would like to read the code from, from which connection you would like to read the code from, click data store. I would like to read from SAP HANA. Select SAP HANA and click OK. And here, copy paste the code over here. So once you copy paste the code, click on validate. Your SQL was successfully validated. Click close and click detect schema. Once I click on detect schema, now here you can see SAP client, company code name, city, country, currency, language, chart of accounts. So here you can see all these are different output schema. All these are different output schema. Now what next? Now here, once you have this SQL transform, now here you see the output, like SAP client company code. So this is the output. Now what I'm going to do, I'll drag and drop the template table. Let us drag and drop the template table. I'll select the data store, MS SQL, and click OK. Provide the table owner. Table owner is best. Provide the table name. I'll give it as company code. I'll give it as company code master and click OK. And what we are going to do, link SQL transform to company code master. So once this is the source and this is the target, and click on validate. And here you can see validation successful. And click close. And click execute. Click yes. And finally click on finish. So once you click finish, now on the MS SQL system, it creates a table and loads data to the table. So in my sessions, fast participants think that the sessions are fast. Because I just got a message. Some participants feel that I'm fast. So participants, please see, I've done a little mistake over here. We're selecting the table best. Sorry, schema called best. But there is no schema called best. We need to select the schema, DBO. DBO is the name of the schema for MS SQL. So just click validate again and click execute, click yes, and click finish. Just I'm trying to do the same thing because I thought we were doing the same thing. I'm using different examples. Job is being executed. The job is success. Now let us go back to HANA Studio. Sorry. Let us go back to MS SQL. Click on SQL Server Management Studio and let us check whether this table is created or not. So provide the password. W capital, welcome, 123. Click connect. So once I click connect, expand the databases. Expand the best schema. Expand tables. Right click on tables. Click on filter. Click on filter settings. Now let me copy this target table name. So this is the target table name. Let me copy this. Click copy. Go back to MS SQL. Enter the table name and click OK. So once you enter the table name, so here you can see the table name. Let us right click on the table and click select top 1000 rows. So once you click select top 1000 rows, now please see participants. So here you can see the same table are transferred to MS SQL. So how did we transfer this table? By just reading the code using the SQL transform. In SAP HANA, I copy the code from the view. This code I copy paste inside the SQL transform. I link this SQL transform to the template table, and this table is being created on the MS SQL in a schema called DBO. This is the name of the table. Once we execute, it reads this code and finally creates a table and transfers entries into this table. Now, let me show assignments to the participants. So let us go to the Dropbox. Let me go to Common Materials. Let's go to Set 2. Let us double click on Assignments. Let us go to Data Provisioning. Let us double click on Data Services. So here we can see how we can use Table Loader, implementing a table loader, and implementing an SQL transform. How we can use SQL transform by reading data from a code and transfer to SAP HANA, to transfer to MS SQL, from SAP HANA S4HANA, and then how we can read from table reader and transfer to table loader. Table loader means tables are physically created. Template tables are created in runtime. Okay, all the participants. Thank you all the participants to attend today's session. I'll see you in tomorrow's session.